Hey there, all of you. Hi, hello, howdy, amigos. What? Whatever. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Yes, welcome indeed. Hmm. Yes. Hmm. Yeah, I don't really come prepared today. Hmm. I don't even know what to say. Uh, oh well. Anyways, yeah, finally, at long last, episode 1 of season 2 finally came out. Again! As a remake. At long last, I finally got it out. It took forever. Well, actually, not that long, but it took some time. A lot of sleepless nights, but I finally got it out. Thank God. Thank God. So, anyways, today we are going to be discussing on my process of making the episode and also what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the year because I do want to give you guys some updates. Um, yeah, and also how the storyline series is going to be going moving forward after this remake episode. All right, but let's get some people in. Is your mother here? What kind of question is that? No, my mother is not here. Actually, I haven't seen my mother in years. Don't even know if she's alive or dead. Who knows? House Farkle? I mean, he's fine. I mean, he had that mental breakdown earlier this year, but he's well, not earlier this year. It's like 2 months ago, but he's fine now. He's pretty happy. I guess. Also, tomorrow's his birthday. So I guess that's exciting. Maybe I should do the stream tomorrow since it's his birthday. No. I'm discussing the storyline. This is not about Farkle or what he cares or likes about or celebrating his happiness. Nah, this is about me. Screw him. What was that? I love you, Farkle. Oh, I love you too. Goddamn little shit. Making me say nice things. And anyways, yeah. Hmm. All right, so we got 44 people. Not as much as we usually have, but that's fine. That's all we really need here. Hmm. Gay. Don't you dare call me gay. I'll hunt you down and slap you. Farkle is so funny. Oh, is that so? Is he funnier than me? Because I don't think so. I'm clearly better than him. If you think otherwise, you're wrong. You're very wrong. Hmm. Have you seen the second Little Nightmares? I don't even know what that is. So now, how is SML fan 91? How would I know how he is? I don't even know who that guy is. Just comes to my door and gives me stuff. I don't have any control over that or that person. I don't know anything. How do you expect me to know how he is? And who knows when he's going to show up again? He might do it soon. He might have shown up earlier this year. I don't know. You can never know with that guy. He's weird. Have you seen your father? Well, no, since he's dead. No, I've not seen my father. But thank you for reminding me that he's dead. Yeah, good that he's dead. Anyways, let's see. Why remake the episodes? Because the original episodes were terrible. I mean, in concept, they're good, but in action and being made and shown off, they suck. I mean, come on, let's all be honest here, people. The story itself is good, but the way it's executed is not. And plus, I have a lot of new viewers, and it takes me about, maybe a year to reduce like one episode. And, I hate that it takes me like a year to do one. Luckily, this year, we'll at least get like 5 episodes. So I guess there's something good with that. Or at least 3. At best, you guys will get 3 episodes this year. But it's just I made those episodes back before I had an actual plan for the storyline. So now that I have a plan, I can go back and improve and make it better. And it is better. How I Met Your Father is great, I assume. I hope it's good. So, have you guys seen the episode? I assume you guys saw the episode if you're here. This is called The Making of How I Met Your Father. I would like to know how you guys felt about the episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it terrible? I hope it's not terrible. I hope I didn't waste my time remaking something that was years old and already done. Please tell me it was good. I want praises. I need some criticisms. I need some feedback. 9 out of 10. A little annoyed. It's not a 10, but I'll take it. Love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad that the remake was worth my time. It's annoying that it didn't have like the biggest turnout. Only like 90 people at best. But that's a little bit my fault. The episode probably should have came out sooner, or at least like today. I feel like maybe a Saturday would have been a better day to release a storyline episode. I don't know. I mean, Saturdays have been universally like a best day to premiere a short or just something of that caliber. So maybe I'll start releasing them on like Saturdays. But it's fine because like it's one of those videos that'll do fine over time because people will discover it. That's how the whole storyline itself has usually been, you know, performing. It does well over time. So I'll be fine on that part. And once like more episodes come out, more people will start paying attention to it and maybe clicking on it. But also, this is a remake, so it's a bit big ask to ask people to go back to the first episode and watch a 55-minute version of it. The original, mind you, was only 10 minutes long, and somehow I was able to reimagine it and make it 50 minutes long. Yeah. Awful. Please do better. Well, I will try to, sir, and I am sorry that it was so terrible. Have you started working on the second episode? Ooh, the second one is a bit complicated, but it should be out next month. I've only filmed the first half. Actually, I don't even think I filmed the first half. It's more like the first quarter of the episode. I haven't even gone to like filming Von Strucker and Fargo meeting quite yet. There's a lot that's changed about the broken deal. That episode is kind of completely reimagined. It still has the same beats. Farkle meeting Von Strucker, Farkle, and Von Strucker discussing the plan and Puppet and Farkle having a moment. But there's a lot more to the episodes. Like characters that were previously not in the episode will be in the episode. Like Sharon. Sharon will be in the episode. And others. Important characters, which I probably shouldn't clarify anymore about. But yeah, episode 2, honestly, I have no idea how long it will be. That one could be an hour. It could be two, well, it wouldn't be 2 hours, but it could be 40 minutes. Like that one's, I don't know. I'm treading on waters I don't comprehend right now. But trust me, episode 2 will be phenomenal. It is basically a Farkle backstory episode. That's what I've reworked it to be. And it's basically what it should have been originally. It's going to go a lot more in depth with Farkle. It's going to be about Farkle leaving his home and ending up in the situation he is now. So yeah, I'm excited for you guys to see episode 2's remake. It will mainly be a green screen episode, so hopefully it looks fine. But yeah, I'm excited for you guys to see it. Can we know more about your girlfriend? Asking a bit of a personal question, don't you think? I don't know if I want to just talk about my love history with people like you. You people are strangers. I don't know you. I don't want to give you that information about my ex. Are you really black? Yes. Yes, what I've stated I'm black. I don't get why you're questioning. Are you really black? What kind of answer is that? What if I said, "Are you really white? Are you really a girl? Are you really Asian?" Like, what the hell kind of question is that? Are you? If I say I'm a certain race, then I'm a certain race. My puppet is black, for God's sakes. This arm is black. Well, the lighting's not that good here. This arm is black. This controlling arm is black. I'm black. I know I don't act black, but I'm black. What, you want you like act like Speed or something? Speedy? That dipshit? You want me to act like him? You know, most black people don't act that way. Do you know who V is? Personally, no. I have no idea who V is. V is a very secretive person. Um, yeah, and also he never takes that hood off. So actually, no one knows who he is. He's, I don't know, kind of a loser if you ask me. Always hiding in the shadows, using that voice changer thing for some reason. He's so weird. I have no idea. Is Farkle mom? Oh, Jesus, the way I said that sounds terrible. Is Farkle's mom look? Oh no, it's the way the question's formatted. Does Farkle mom look like? Ugh, I'm messing this up. Does Farkle's mom look like a Fraggle Rock character? Probably. I don't know. Honestly, Farkle's mom could be a human puppet. I don't know what she looks like, to be honest with you. Look, I I I know what most characters look like and what most of the characters' parents look like. Farkle's mom is the one character I have no idea what I want her to look like because she's a character that probably will never show up again. You get that one voice line from that episode, and that's it. That is the only thing you're gonna get of Farkle's mom. The hand going up and then dying. Because the thing is, I don't really need Farkle's mom. You might have some voiceover, maybe for a flashback, but that's it. Farkle's mom's probably never showing up. Do you like McDonald's? Not really. When I was a kid, I ordered a McDonald's hamburger and I got sick and threw up. And after that, I never ate McDonald's again. Let's see. Years later, I decided to go back and get some of their fries because I like their fries. And then I saw that they're selling blue raspberry slushies, so I decided to get that. And then I see myself going back constantly just to get that as a snack and drinking those blue raspberry slushies, and sometimes getting their chicken nuggets, but never their hamburgers. I will never touch that again. I will never eat a Big Mac and put that in my vicinity ever again. No, never, never. No more Big Macs. Screw that crap. Made me throw up. I ain't going back to McDonald's. Except, of course, for their blue raspberry slushies. I can't get enough of that. I love those. I'm addicted to it. How is Mr. Pin? You remember that thing? Actually, I'm surprised I remember Mr. Pin. Oh, that just shows how good I am in remembering my actual lore and continuity. Is the voice of Mr. V disguised? Yeah, it's disguised. That's not his real voice. He's just disguising it. He's very secretive. He doesn't want to show anyone anything about himself, what his voice sounds like, what he looks like. He's a weirdo. Can we know your name, puppet? No. No, you can't, Frank. That's not your name though, but you can't. Are you really black? Again, what's with these questions? Why are you asking me if I'm really black? Why, you want me to eat some fried chicken or something to show you I'm black? I don't eat fried chicken all the time. Though, I mean, I have been craving some Kentucky Fried Chicken, for the past couple of days. I was thinking of going and get me a bucket or something. But that doesn't mean I like it that much. Whatever. I mean, sure, yeah, I eat fried chicken. I eat watermelon. I had a watermelon the other day. but yeah, I'm black. Will episode 10 of the storyline ever come out? Of course it will. Probably next year. Right now, I'm in the process of remaking all the episodes. Don't worry, I'm not gonna like do season 1 until season 2 is over. But right now, my goal and priority is to remake all of season 2. Except for episode 9. I'm not touching that again. But that's my goal. My goal right now is to go back and remake all of season two. Yeah. And I want to get like people's reactions to the first remake and see how people, like it before I actually start with this. Is V Corp a medical care business? Yes, yes, yes. I'm glad that you noticed that. That was a little detail I decided to add in the episode. All right, let's go ahead and start talking about the making of the episode. Now, I'm gonna start with the TV scene, since you brought up the V Corp hospital thing. So that scene specifically means two things. One, the time that it took place in. It took place around the time that the Owl House came out, Steven Universe Future, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, basically 2022. That's what that scene signified. And two, it also was a bit of world building with, Mickey saying, "Come to my park and give me money." And of course, V Corp, which is probably the first time we've ever seen the logo and also what V Corp stands for. It's basically medical care. I did not like how I said that. Medical care. Yeah. V Corp runs hospitals and stuff all across Puppet City. That's their whole thing. They make medicines and all that stuff. So they're pretty big. They have a lot of influence within the city. And of course, Von Strucker Industries makes phones for now and also other stuff. But they're mainly known for their Strucker phones. So that scene specifically was made for world building and also a little shot of PNN news, because they actually have some significance going forward in the storyline. I just want to get them a little bit more spotlight. Wait, give me a second. God dang, it's turned off. Okay. But yeah. The Puppet Review Stuff movie won't come out till the Super Bowl 2025. Jeez. Yep. Yeah, that movie ain't going to come out for a while. I'm not saying it's canceled, it's just delayed indefinitely. And again, there are certain conditions that have to be met in order for that movie to be made and seen. Certain story elements have to be done, and you get it. Movie just wouldn't be as good if those elements were. V Corp seems to be a very shady business. Well, when it has a CEO with a voice changer and a hood and never shows himself, then I guess it would be shady. What is your favorite Stranger Things season? Maybe season 4, season 3, season 2. No. I'm. What is my favorite season? I don't know. Maybe season 4 or season 3, season 2. I don't know. Honestly, I just like Stranger Things in general. I don't really have a favorite season. I would just say that show is my favorite out of all time. But I do really like Stranger Things. What's Grayson's business? I don't want to spoil that yet. Grayson's business will be explained, but I'm not going to spoil that quite yet. Are you God? Yes, I am God. Also Jesus and the Holy Spirit. I am all that. You should all praise me and give me money, for I am your Lord and Savior. What is your favorite candy? Favorite candy. I don't really eat much candy these days. It's weird. As a kid, of course, loved candy, but I don't know. I'm just not really a candy person these days. I would say, probably Krabby Patties. I love those stuff. The little Krabby Patty gummies. Oh, delicious. Love those things. So hard to find these days, though. Got to go to like a Five Below or like got to wait for like a holiday. They'll usually sell it then, but yeah, love Krabby Patties. That's it. I guess I also like chocolate. Ghirardelli, a nice Ghirardelli chocolate, milk chocolate specifically. I don't like all that stuff in it, like nuts. I mean, I'm not allergic to nuts, but it's just like, why put nuts in it? And caramel. I mean, I used to like caramel, but I ate too many. I used to like Milky Ways. Ugh, I ate too many, and I just became tired of eating it. Um, I do like Smarties. I like Skittles, but again, I don't really eat candy that much. I'm not a candy person. I like desserts, like cake and cupcakes and ice cream. Well, I wouldn't say I'm an ice cream guy. I mean, it depends on the ice cream, but yeah, not really a candy guy. Do, 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 do. Do you think Brooklyn guy is a bad father? I mean, yes, he is a bad father. I mean, you can at least give him credit that he tries sometime, but yeah, no, he's not a good father. No, he's not. Can we see Farkle on screen? Man, you guys really want Farkle? You guys just keep talking about Farkle. Like, why? Why? Am I not enough for you? I'm a bit insulted. You know, very insulted. I mean, I know it's his birthday tomorrow, but still, you guys should find some entertainment with me. I'm the star, not that little fuzzball. Me. We love Farkle. Oh, well, screw you, buddy. You watching Breaking Bad? Ugh, man, I've been trying to get back into Breaking Bad, and eventually I will watch it. I've only seen like the first 2 episodes, and that's it. I haven't had much time to actually sit down and watch a show like that. Right now, all the shows I can watch are like anime because they don't, you know, take that long. Ah, it looks like someone has given me an offering. Yeah, I messed that joke up. You know, it's like someone called me God earlier. I was like, hey, an offering. Yeah, I messed it up. Whatever. Thank you, Franco. The void. No more hard words. I hate hard words. Too. Thank you so much for the $1.99 donation. Don't know what currency that is, but thank you so much. That will help me buy things. Thank you. Is Grayson Mario grandpa? Yes, basically. I mean, that's not what he is in my world, but yeah, basically that's the puppet that's being used. It's Mario's grandfather. Man, what a forgotten character. Favorite online game? I guess Overwatch. I mean, it's kind of crappy right now, but it's kind of the only online game I play. So yeah, I guess Overwatch. Is Sharon British? Honestly, I don't know. She just has an accent. She may be British. I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably explain what she is like in the remake of Episode 7 because Episode Seven's remake is mainly meant to be a backstory episode for Sharon, which was the original plan. But because everyone was like, we want another storyline episode, I had to rush Episode 7. So I kind of cut a lot of Sharon's backstory out, even the backstory of how she met Von Strucker. That was supposed to be a whole scene. But I was like, well, actually, honestly, I actually just kind of gave up on that scene because I can figure out exactly what I want to say. And also, holding two puppets was difficult. I didn't learn the method of just holding one puppet and then just green screening the other puppet on screen. I didn't learn that method until like Friday Night Funkin'. So, yeah, and I was just tired of retaking that scene. I'm like, I'm just going to cut this out. Uh, but don't worry, it. Sharon's whole thing will be explained. Is Sharon a conflicted puppet? Conflicted. Is Sharon conflicted between puppet and Botsucker? Oh no, she's not. She's not. She's definitely not conflicted between me and like Von Strucker. No, she chose Von Strucker. She has no care for me at all. The second she left and decided to like announce her name, Sharon Von Strucker, at the end of Episode 7, like the second she's like, well, I am a Von Strucker after all, that's the point, like basically no return. Like, no, she's a full-on villain now. The thing I want to do with Episode 7 is that she had a choice. She had a choice to either, stick with me or go on and stay with her shitty husband. And she chose her husband. Sharon is someone that has her own motivations, and clearly her motivations align with Von Strucker. Not like killing me. She doesn't really care about killing me. But she doesn't really feel anything for betraying me at all. And it's like a really interesting contrast between Farkle and Sharon. Like they both had opportunities. Farkle chose me, Sharon chose Von Strucker. It shows that they both had a chance to change and become better people, and only one of them did it. Is V related to anyone important? And again, why would I reveal that right now? Does Sharon have a hint of redemption? Maybe. Who knows? I mean, Sharon's not like evil. On Strucker's evil, but actually, I wouldn't say he's evil either. Um, I mean, Sharon is not evil. She just, whatever situation's better for her, she will go with that. Just like, apparently being with Derek was a hassle, so she dumped his ass. And that's kind of Sharon's thing. Whatever benefits her, she takes that. What do you think of Ray rant videos? Huh. Yeah, Ray's been blowing up a bit recently, hasn't he? I've only started watching Ray rants like 3 weeks ago. I mean, I watched his videos earlier, but I didn't like subscribe or anything. But I've been noticing his videos pop up now and then, and I finally decided to start watching them and subscribe. And they're okay. You know, they're fine. He brings up some pretty good points. So yeah, Puppet is stinky. Stinky. Yeah, I don't know about that, Chief. I smell pretty fresh with a hint of lemon. I wouldn't call that stinky unless you think lemons are stinky. Then no, not stinky. I made sure to wash up before I got here. Yeah, I mean, I bet a lot of you guys think I never take this jacket off. Well, I do. I took it off for the SML movie. Huh. SML movie. Yeah, as if that actually was a movie. 14 minutes, and Logan thinks that's a movie. You guys think 14 minutes is a movie? You think you think a 14-minute video is considered a movie? Because I I certainly don't. No, I don't. What? You got some cars racing past each other, and you consider that a movie? Bitch, that ain't a movie. Hell no, that ain't no goddamn movie. That ain't no damn movie. 14 minutes. God, I'm a little mad about that still. But not really, since the video was fine. I mean, granted, it's just a rip off of Jeffy's 18th birthday, but better in my humble opinion. I mean, sure, yeah, Jeffy's 18th birthday has a charm to it, but there's a lot of filler in it. And this barely had any filler in it. It's a better, well constructed version of Jeffy's 18th birthday. And I will give it credit. It's like basically a remake, a better remake. Now, of course, the motivation for blowing up the bus makes no sense, but I still enjoyed what it was, and it was fine. I mean, yeah, it is a washdown version, and it's beat for beat Jeffy's 18th birthday, which is stupid. And the fact that he didn't even realize that is ridiculous. But and I'm still pretty good. I mean, despite all that, it's still a pretty well made video. I mean, let's be honest here. It might be a ripoff, but it was still well made. Show the melody plush. I really wish I had it on me. I think it's over near my TV. Well, not that TV, not the flat. What the hell was that? You see that? There was like a weird error message right there. Freaky, what scared me. But not that TV. No, it's near my like recording gaming TV. Yeah. Hey, Bubba, is there any cut characters from this channel or someone was going to be the main character? So far there are no cut characters. Again, Farkle used to be the main character of the series. But of course, like when I was like I'll be honest with you, when I was moving into this place, every all the I didn't have that many characters. I had Derek, I had Sharon, I had Muriel, but no Farkle. No Farkle. I had Farkle. I just couldn't find him. And I wanted to go ahead and start the channel, so I'm like, I'll just use my very first puppet, which is me. Yeah. No, I don't really know where I came up with the idea of calling myself Puppet. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, it sticked. And I just, yeah, I thought, you know what, this is fine. This is fine. It's sad because Farkle's pretty unique, but I like where Farkle is. Oh, you know what? The 5 year anniversary is coming up, isn't it? Yeah, August. No, not August. September 4th. It'll be 5 years on the channel, which is really crazy to think about. That I've been doing this for 5 years, and I've only gotten 58,000 subscribers. But still, that's great. That's great. Like, wow, 5 years. That is insane. That is really insane. That I even draw in this much of a crowd. So thank you all. Thank you all so much for just being here. And also thank you for 58,000 subscribers. That is also crazy. Hopefully let's get to 60 by the end of the year. That would be nice. I know this year hasn't been the best, probably been my weakest year of content. But this is also a learning opportunity to know what not to do. And I'll try not to do it next year. The dialogue kind of drags all in the remake. What remake? What? The SML Jeffy's 19th birthday or my remake? Because I don't know which remake you're talking about. We were talking about the 19th birthday. My remake? Oh, I don't know. The storyline. Oh, okay. The dialogue kind of dragged. Okay. Well, I can see that. It did kind of drag, like when we got back to the room, in my humble opinion. It did. But I also felt like it was necessary. The puppet, like, yelling at Farkle scene actually had a lot more dialogue, but I cut that all out because, like, I don't think we need all that. No, we didn't. Honestly, I wanted to cut out more, but just the way I formatted everything, I couldn't do that. I mean, I did cut out some stuff, but nah. And there was a lot of scenes that actually were, like, replaced. I would say replaced. It's not a good word to say. They were retaken. That's good enough. So originally, when Farkle was in the park and someone was kicking cans and stuff, and we all know who it was, Farkle originally did not pull out his gun, but instead he said something like this: "All right, I know you're in there, and I'm flattered that you wanna molest me or something, but I'm not up for that. So if you don't come out, I'm gonna scream like a little girl. All right, and you wouldn't like that, buddy. All right, I'm gonna give you to the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, and then that scene happened. Originally, that's what I was gonna do. Fargo was like, you can't molest me. I'm flattered, but I don't want that." Then I was like, well, Farkle's like a part of the underworld. I'm like, yeah, I don't think. I mean, yeah, that is something in character for him, but this is like the time when Farkle was a little bit more sinister. So I'm like, it would make sense for him to pull out his gun here. Like, yeah, Farkle takes shit from Von Strucker and is afraid of him, but he doesn't really take shit from other people in the underworld. Which, is something I have forgotten. Like, I went when I went back and watched like season 1 with all of you, I forgot how just like despicable Farkle was. Like, God, he was a little criminal. Like, Jesus, I forgot how messed up he was. He's not really like that anymore, but yeah, but still, like, that's another thing in the remake. Sparkle's going to be a little bit more sinister because he is a villain. Back then, he was technically a villain, a sympathetic villain that didn't want to do all this stuff, but still a villain in the end that still worked in the underworld and still, had to do what he had to do. My reaction to the storyline remake will come out Monday or Wednesday. Oh, thank you. I guess, yeah. Does Von Strucker have a brother? No, he does not have a brother. Does Puppet Master get Puppet, Derek, and Freckles' voices stuck at his head? What? It's stuck at his. So I don't really understand that question. Have I seen Blue Beetle? No, I have not seen Blue Beetle. Do you have a twin brother? No. Now, if you're implying it's Chef Pee-Pee, then go screw off. Do the puppets miss Sharon? Yeah, for some reason they do. Muriel miss Sharon because she was the only other girl of the group. Derek miss Sharon because I guess he's in love with her. I don't think he's in love with her anymore, but yeah, apparently he was in love with her. I don't get why he was attracted to that ice cream cone head. They don't really know that. Well, Farco's the only one that knows that she works for Von Strucker or is married to Von Strucker. But they miss her because they don't really know all the details. Von Strucker sounded like Dracula in the original. He did? He sounded like Dracula? Huh. I guess he did. At first, he sounded like a cowboy. It took time to finally get the growly voice that he has now. And one thing I wanted to do with these remakes that wasn't really present within the originals is making Von Strucker threatening. Now, Von Strucker didn't have much of a role until I think episode 5 specifically. And he wasn't really that threatening. It was just a guy in a chair, guy in an office, just sitting and monologuing and saying, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. But that wasn't really threatening. Plus, his voice wasn't really that threatening. He didn't have the growling. I don't know how to describe it. He didn't have the voice he has now. So I wanted to go back and really, really show that this guy is a threat. So he threw Farkle into a wall. So I thought, yeah, that's how you make a threatening villain. Picking up a character and throwing him into a wall. And granted, Farkle's a very heavy person. Okay, well, not that heavy, but monster puppets, they're a bit heavier. And he threw that man into the wall. Love that scene. I mean, it's terrible what happened to him, but it's a cool threatening scene. I'm sounding like a terrible person right now, but I just need Von Strucker to be a lot more threatening, and that is what I want to do. You watch soccer? Hell no. You think a guy with no legs would watch soccer? Don't be ridiculous. Von Strucker is definitely a lot more threatening. Thank you. I need him to be threatening. Von Strucker's voice sounds scratchy for all that yelling he made. Yeah, that's the point. He has a bit of a scratchy voice. And oh boy, that kills me when I do his voice for too long. I can probably if there's a scene with Von Strucker, I could probably only do it half of it at a time because my voice will be just destroyed after just doing it for such a long time. It's a pain. It's a beautiful voice, but it does come with a price. Yeah, I don't do this voice that often. Yeah, it's already killing me. No. What do you have planned, Puppet? All right, so let's get into some of my future plans for the rest of the year. We're gonna start off with 2 new reaction series. I'm gonna start, or will try to start up this week, as we all know. Well, some people will know. Adventure Time is coming back. Fiona and Cake. So I'm thinking of reacting to that when it comes out. And Tiny Toons. So yeah. Though I don't really know about Tiny Toons. That's that's one I'm not really sure if will do well or not. I'll try to react to at least the first 2 episodes of Tiny Toons. And if it does well, then I'll continue it. If it doesn't, then nope. But yeah, Fiona and Cake and Tiny Toons. Since they're coming out pretty soon, those will be the next reaction series I will do. How many episodes will season 3 have? Right now it's 12. I'm trying to make a 13th episode in my mind, but I don't know. It probably just end up with 12 episodes. Are Blue Guy and Derek still friends? What? Oh, right. That was a line of dialogue in season one, wasn't it? No, not really. They're not. I get Blue Guy is so complicated. He did used to work here, doesn't he? Ooh, how do I explain Blue Guy without like retconning stuff? Okay. So as I said before, extras are characters that serve a purpose and then kind of just fade into obscurity and basically are repurposed for another role if they're needed. Extras don't like retain their memories in my world. They do one thing in a video and then they might do another thing in a video, but they won't remember that they did another thing in a video. It's never consistent. They don't really have continuity. They don't have canon. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it again. Extras like Blue Guy do not have canon. But ever since we stole his puppet rod, which is this thing, I still use it to this day, somehow, some way, that kind of broke his non-canonisms. I don't really get it myself, but for some reason, ever since that event, he kept coming back and always remembering what happened. When he shouldn't actually do that. That's actually something that shouldn't have happened. You shouldn't have remembered anything, to be honest with you. You shouldn't have been able to keep coming back and wanting this or whatever. Blue Guy was a weird anomaly. Yes, he did work in the studio, kind of, but as an extra. So anything he did wasn't really canon per se. And even like the characters like Derek and Farkle won't even remember character like the things that they do at all. Like extras will fade into obscurity and will be kind of slowly like erased from our minds. Eh, hmm, I don't know. This is very complicated. Also, why are you spamming Simeon or Melanie? Simeon. Oh, right, that's her. Oh, shoot, that makes me a terrible ex if I'm forgetting my ex's girl name. Obviously, it would be Simeon. Wait, you really think we're gonna choose a fictional character over an actual person? Yeah. No, Simeon. Simeon. 100%. How do you feel when Blue Guy used to work for you? I don't really feel anything because again, he's an extra. I have no opinions on extras. They're just kind of worthless people that exist to do one thing, and then once that's done, they do something else and fade into obscurity. They're nothing. They're not even really people. And I'm sorry if that seems bad, but they're not people because they're not. It's like if Brooklyn Guy, you know, didn't always remember things. Yeah, I'm really bad at explaining this. One day I'll probably explain how extras operate in my world, but let's just say they mean nothing, and I don't think of them as people. So V is rich because he's the founder of medical and hospital business care. Yeah, basically, that's why he's rich. It's a medical company. When you finally finish season two, will you remake season one or start season three? Once season two comes to an end, I'm going to remake season one. And that shouldn't take as long since the episodes at best will be just like 10 minutes and not like 20, 50, 30 minutes. They don't really need to be that long. Season one episodes are not like that deep. Season two is when like we get really into the characters and stuff. Season one is more of a setup. It's like a season one of Adventure Time or a season one of regular show, or a season one of Star versus the Forces of Evil. There's kind of continuity in the background, but it's not like a big deal until like the ending of the season. So that's how season one's gonna play out. And season one will probably have more episodes. It'll probably have like 15 episodes, and at best, I could probably get like 2 episodes out a month or 3. So yeah. Does V Corp have pharmacies? Yes. Again, they are the biggest healthcare company in all of Puppet City. They have pharmacies. They actually even have like a healthcare plan system. They have hospitals. They run almost everything medical in the city. It's basically a monopoly down here. Okay, I'm gonna rest my hand down. I'm getting tired. Oh God! Ow! 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 Okay. Phew. Where can I buy a Strucker phone? Well, of course at T Strucker. There you can buy all the Strucker merchandise you need, like a Strucker watch. They also have Strucker cases for your Strucker phones. And of course, if you buy a Strucker phone now, you can get a second one for 10% off. I mean, isn't that a deal? That's a steal. Honestly, I would take. Please make Blue Guy and Derek friends again. Why should I make them friends again? Blue Guy is off doing who knows what at this point. Even I don't know what he's doing. He hasn't come back to my apartment trying to seek revenge in months. Ugh. He's not my concern. I don't care about Blue Guy. Again, he's not a person in my opinion. So season one is going to be a lot more lighthearted to the kidnapping of Muriel. Basically, yeah, it's basically going to be like a huge whiplash, and I'm honestly also going to make it seem like far. Okay, let me rephrase this. So basically, there are going to be some changes in season one. Number one, Tom, Dick, Carol Danvers, they're actually going to be introduced in season one. They weren't originally part of season one. They were just characters that appeared one day, I think in the middle of season two. But they'll now appear in season one. And two, Farkle will show up, but he won't like be confirmed to be working with Von Strucker. It will be like a thing that you might think he will be doing, but it's not going to be a thing that will be confirmed until the actual kidnapping. I mean, sure, going back and redoing a first season when people have already seen the second season is a bit, yeah, it's complicated since people already know some of the twists and how some of the characters are supposed to act. But I don't really care. But yeah, Farkle will be secretly working for Von Strucker, and we won't know that until the actual kidnapping happens. Of course, he'll acknowledge that he knows who Von Strucker is. Actually, pretty much all the puppets know who Von Strucker is. He's a pretty well-known person. That's how Muriel knew who he was. Like Von Strucker, the crime lords in general are pretty well known in the city, are big threats. Everyone fears them. Why do you think the recent storyline episodes are an hour long? Because I want to go like more in depth with them. I really want to tell a son. I don't know. I can't. That's actually a question I can't really answer. They just happen to be an hour long. If the story I want to tell for that episode takes an hour, then so be it. I don't try to make them as long as they are. I just film until I'm satisfied for an episode. I'm not trying to meet like a time quota. I mean, I used to. I used to at least want my episodes to be at best 20 minutes long. I didn't try to make them 20 minutes long, but I didn't want them to be over 20 minutes long. And that's until I think the resignation that I just decided to stop caring about how long the episodes were. And I was like, wait a minute, why do I care how long these episodes are? They should just be however long they are. And at first, they actually were supposed to be just like 10 minutes, like each, because again, they were supposed to be in front of reviews, movie reviews, DVD reviews. It was supposed to take place the first 5 minutes of the review, and then after the review, it was supposed to take place the last 5 minutes. But yeah, there's no reason for it being an hour long. They just happen to be that because that's how long I want to tell that story. Does Derek know of the crime lords? Every puppet in the city know of the crime lords. Derek does too. Was there a boss crime lord before V? I'll get into that later on in the season. When do you plan on showing your face? Never. You watch Breaking Bad? I've said this before. I seen the first two episodes, but I have not gone back to it. Not because I don't like it, just because I don't have time. Right, and all I've been able to watch are just like new episodes of anime that come out, and mainly because they're only like 20 minutes long each, and I like anime like a lot. Eventually I get back to Breaking Bad, but right now I want to watch like things like Superman and Lois for my live action shows. I'm watching like Superman, Lois, The Rookie, like Only Murderers in the Building. I don't watch that many live action shows these days, but ones I do watch, I had to be like really into. And if I'm not hooked by the first couple of episodes, I'm probably gonna drop off. So I need some time to actually dedicate myself to Breaking Bad. V gives you Darth Vader vibes. Well, that was the plan. Is V one step ahead of everyone? Basically, yep, he's always a step ahead of everyone. Do you want the Darkwing reboot? I do. I'm looking forward to the Darkwing reboot made by I think Seth Rogen's working on it. No, I mean normally that name would scare me, but he worked on the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie and he worked on Invincible. So I mean, if and I like those stuff. I like all like the cartoon things he's been doing. So I mean, if that's any indication of the quality that a Darkwing Duck series could do, then I'm excited. You know, because like TMNT, the new one, that was pretty good. Invincible, that's pretty good, and those are all superhero based. And Darkwing Duck's a superhero, so I have confidence that the Darkwing Duck series will be pretty good. V shoots lightning. Who said V shot lightning? Who's your favorite anime villain? Oh, that's a hard one because I don't really think there's that many good anime villains. Well, from what I've seen, the one I can think of is like the Ant King from Hunter x Hunter. I'm trying to think of another good villain. I guess the guy from My Hero Academia. I mean, I didn't like him at first, but like the last season, the guy with the hands, he's pretty good now. I mean, My Hero Academia has some pretty okay villains. Um, Anime villains I like. Whew, man, I cannot think of that. Yeah, no. I can't. Yeah, the only one I can think of is the Ant King from Hunter x Hunter. Just like the one memorable one. Shave the mustache. Oh, God. No, I would look hideous if I did that. Is V based on any anime villains? Oh, I probably shouldn't say this. It would be a spoiler if I said what he actually reminds me of. Would it though? Well, I mean, his character's not like that, so I guess it wouldn't. Nah, I'm not gonna say it. Nah, 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 nah. He is. He's not based off of it, but after watching a certain anime, I wanted to base a little bit off of that character. But I'm not gonna say it since we haven't seen that much of the. And that would be I wouldn't say a spoiler, but it would make people think his character's something different. Do you watch Cartoon Mania by Matthew Littlemore? Nope, don't even know what that is. Did you watch My Adventures with Superman? Yes, I decided to go ahead and start watching that, and I love it. It's honestly one of my favorite depictions of Superman. My friends, My Adventures with Superman's really good. I love Lois. This is probably like my favorite Lois. Not because she reminds me of Luce. I mean that's well, actually no. That's like the main reason I decided to watch the show. It looks exactly like Luce, and what's that guy's name? I mean I know his name, James Olmston, whatever his name. Like Superman's friend looks like Gus. Like come on now, it's so weird though. If they look just like the Owl House characters. Lois looks like Luce, and Owenson, God, I keep forgetting his name, looks like Gus. It's so weird. And that's actually a big reason why I started watching it. And I really enjoyed it. Is Muriel left out character? The thing with Muriel is it's hard to write for Muriel. I've even said this in a skit. Muriel is a hard character to write. Um, Ever since she, you know, got over her big character traits of being obsessed with Puppet all the time. She's now basically become a blank state. And right now, I'm in the process of figuring out what that character is. I have been trying to add her a lot more now, and she's about to go on a little mini arc to figure out who that person is. But it's been difficult. And also, I've been telling Farkle's story and stuff, and I just also need an excuse for Muriel not to be there with him when he's like breaking down and stuff. So, Paris, yeah, made sense, I guess, since he's been rekindling her relationship with her mom, which I mean, it's not like it was bad. Actually, I probably shouldn't say any more of that since that would spoil Mother's Day, which I know sucks that Mother's Day has not come out yet. It should come out now. There is reasons I didn't release it before Storyline Episode 1. You'll if you watch Mother's Day, you'll understand why I didn't release it before the remake. There are good reasons why I didn't. But it should come out probably in like 2 weeks. Was Time Travel Puppet a glimpse of what we'll see in season 3? Um, yeah, yeah, it's a bit of glimpse. And a lot of people I don't think know this, but future puppets pretty much always been a thing. It's just never been a thing I bring up a lot. It's just a thing that happened, and no one ever talks about really. And I finally brought it back, and people were like, "Whoa, Future Puppet!" I'm like, "Did you guys seriously not remember Future Puppet's been a thing for a while?" I mean, I didn't like how it was handled when it originally came out, but yeah, Future Puppet's been a thing, and I only like a few days before the what's it called, the season 1 movie came out. I only then decided to remake the Future Puppet scene. And then also I had to a few days before the this episode came out, the remake, I had to go back and change a scene completely because of the Future Puppet scene and recontextualize parts of it. Yes, Future Puppet was indeed from the Terminator review. It's also a scene that's been in my opening a lot, and people were shocked when it happened. And I'm like, wait, you guys seriously not remember? Well, to be fair, that video does not have that many views, but yeah. Oh, but man, I love the Future Puppet scene. Oh, I made it so dramatic with the lightning and stuff and the blue mist. Ooh, yeah. Will V turn into the main villain? I mean, yes, that is his purpose. His purpose is to be the main villain. That was the best collaboration that you and the SML reactors did. Oh, well, thank you. Hey, that collaboration was pretty fun. It's the first time I've ever collabed with any other YouTubers before. It was fun getting to finally know some of them. I've known. I mean, I didn't know any of them personally. This was the first time I've ever met them, but I've known of them, like Super Raccoon Bros. I've known of like um SME Gamer, whatever his name is, Brian. Um, Link, whatever. Yeah, wow. I feel terrible for messing up their names, but I've known, and Viger, of course. I've known about them for years now. I used to watch some of their reactions. Actually, I always watch like Glider, like not Glider, Viger's reaction. So it was really cool to actually finally meet the guy, and all of them, and play some games with him. Yeah, of course we played Among Us first. That was interesting. Yeah, I love the fact that they always killed me first off. That was fun. That was a blast. Always getting killed off in Among Us. But yeah, it was fun to finally meet some other YouTubers. Super Raccoon Bros, you're here. Wow. Did not realize you were gonna be listening in. Yeah, it was fun. I'll do it. I would do another collab if they asked me to do it one day. Puppet doesn't react when Future Puppet reveals Von Strucker in the original. Hmm? Puppet does not. doesn't react when future puppet Strucker in the original. Eh, uh, do humans live in Puppet City? No. No, humans do not live in Puppet City. Are you looking forward to the Scott Pilgrim anime? Oh, of course I am. I look forward to any anime. You know, it's the only thing that gives me happiness or feeling or anything. I feel nothing these days. But anime, it makes me feel something in a lot of different places. Puppet does not react to future Puppet reveals Von Struck in the remake like in the original. Oh, yeah, I did change that because back then I didn't know exactly how I wanted to take the Puppet and Von Strucker relationship forward. But now that I know exactly how I want Puppet to feel about Von Strucker, Puppet doesn't seem Von Strucker as a threat that much. Like that's really it. Von Puppet sees Von Strucker basically as a nobody and very much not a threat. That's why he doesn't go against him at all. Or well, it doesn't. Jesus, I'm terrible. Man, I'm terrible at like just talking, and I just ramble and stumble over my words. It's not like a video where I could just re-record it. Mm. But yeah, basically back then I had no idea how I wanted to go with Von Strucker because originally Von Strucker was supposed to die off, in like two other videos. But then I'm like, I can continue this. Um, Von Strucker returns. I thought about him like that's stupid. Von Strucker's always been around. It's not like he's returned or anything. And Puppet does not see Von Strucker as a threat. He never has. So that's obviously why he doesn't react really that much to the reveal that Von Strucker is up to something because he doesn't care. He really does not care that Von Strucker's doing something. He's nothing to him. He doesn't really see him as a threat. What's the reactions you have planned for next week? Okay, so next week my reactions will be Murder Drones. I have to do that. Hell of a Boss. Let's see here. Ooh, there's that new Scooby Doo Five Nights at Freddy's Bacon Ras, whatever it's called. It's called Spring Trapped. Some guy made it look like an old classic Christmas stop motion movie. People got like mad that it's using AI voices and all that stuff. That thing's been blowing up. I thought I could finally react to it. So yeah. And that's else. I might do some more Meat Canyon. I'm thinking of doing it in the formats that I do for the glider reactions. So I'll put them together. I think I'll react to 6 Meat Canyon videos and put them all together. Yeah, of course, do some more SML reactions and stuff. Oh, right. The Shorts Collection, Volume 12. That was supposed to come out tomorrow, but I just didn't feel like editing it today. I've been chilling out mainly throughout the day and did not feel like editing anymore. I edited enough yesterday. I mean, to be fair, I didn't really edit that much for the storyline. I know it came out like at 8 o'clock last night, but the big delay for it was because of the soundtrack. The soundtrack to these episodes probably take the longest amount of effort. Like I had to go through the YouTube studio and stuff, which is completely reimagined right now for some reason, where you pick out free audio tracks and stuff. Like it's a great, really helpful thing for creators that want to find music to put in the background. It's free and no restrictions. It's great. They completely reimagined, redone it. It was kind of hard to navigate at first, but basically, I have to go. I want to always get some like new music for my episodes. So basically, I just had to go through all of that. I, in the end, picked out over 197 different music choices for the episode. Of course, I didn't use 197, but I had 197 different options. So I had to go through each and every single like song and soundtrack I had. And you know, if something felt right for a scene, I would put it in. It took me maybe about 2 hours or three. No. It took me like 3 hours to figure out the soundtrack for the episode. Yeah. Well, you're welcome. If you need to collab with me, if I'm not busy, I'll join in a collaboration. If I'm not busy, I'll be happy to do it again. Do you use a different camera for the storyline? I do. For reactions and storyline episodes, I do use a different camera. Yes. Will you use your Instagram again? Probably not. I have really no need to go back to my Instagram. I might set up an X account. Yeah, that sounds stupid. X. Ugh, God. Yeah, that I don't get why he changed that. Twitter. I'm just gonna say Twitter. I don't I don't like the name X. I might set up a Twitter account, but nah. What's your favorite cereal? Probably cinnamon toast crunch. How will Farkle frame Derek in the remake? The same way he did the original time. Like I'm not changing that. I mean the way it's gone through is different, but nah. Let's see here. Do you have you heard of Not So Average Fangirl? Yes, I have heard of her. She is blown up with the Owl House. Yeah. For a while, I was on top with the Owl House. It was only me and I think Ed the Wiz that reacted to the Owl House at first. Only us two. We were the only people that reacted to the Owl House when it first came out. But then Grom came out, and then all these other people came out and overshadowed me, which really pissed me off in a way. But luckily enough, I will say I'm probably on top with Cuphead. Like I'm one of the most well-known Cuphead reactors. That's good. But yeah, not average fangirl became like the flagship of like Owl House reactors. And I was one of them. I was the big one, but then everyone came out of the woodworks and I was overshadowed like crap. I mean, it didn't help that I was behind by episodes, but still. But yeah, I do like her content. What's your favorite pizza place? Papa John's. They got some good shit. Are you gonna watch Five Nights at Freddy's on Peacock? Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch Five Nights at Freddy's on Peacock. I mean, I love Five Nights at Freddy's, even though I would never play the games ever. I'll watch them just like I watched Ruin. Yeah, the Ruin DLC was great. Of course, I didn't play it, but I did watch someone play it. Yeah, it's great. And yeah, I'm not like a big horror fan. I will never go to a theater to watch a horror film, except for Haunted Mansion. But that's not really a horror film. And Megan, that was different. I really want to see Megan, and I didn't really care if I got like jump scared. Megan just seemed like fun, and it was, and I was happy to see Megan in theaters. But Five Nights at Freddy's, nah, that was like my original nightmare. Like when I was a kid, I hated Five Nights at Freddy's. I was terrified. I hate that it even existed. I would have nightmares constantly of Five Nights at Freddy's. But until I saw like the honest trailers for the series, that's when I started to actually not be so afraid of it. And I actually started getting into the series. But yeah, I would never go to cinema theater. I'll watch it on Peacock with the lights turned on and the volume very low. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it. How dare you disrespect Papa John's like that? Yeah, I know the man's a racist, but he still makes some good pizza. I'll forgive that for now. Will V get a face reveal? Eventually. Any character with a mask or a hidden face always gets revealed eventually. Do you think Maggie is a Mary Sue? I wouldn't go that far. She's not really a Mary Sue if you think about it. I mean, all she's really good at is dealing with combat. I mean, she's not really good with cooking or heck even mundane things. The only thing she's truly good at is fighting. And that's it. That's like legitimately all she's good for. So I wouldn't consider Meggie a Mary Sue. She acts like she knows everything. That's a thing, a very annoying trait that I despise about that character. But Mary Sue, nah, that's not how I see Meggie. She's just a know-it-all, a nagger, if you will. Will the FNAF short finally come out? Yes, it will finally come out this year. The FNAF short I have been promising for over a year will finally come out. Uh, yeah, I hope. I'm really excited for you guys to see it. Do you like Undertale? Um, I like Sans, like I guess, and Megalovania. I mean, I've never played Undertale. It's fine. I actually, matter of fact, I don't think I've really even watched anyone play Undertale. Eh, that's I guess it's fine. I don't care for it that much. Of course, I like Megalovania. That's one good thing from Undertale. Is Meggy Destiny arc sad? No, not really. I don't feel anything to Maggie, to be honest with you. I feel nothing. Maggie's had so many arcs that I don't care anymore. All right, she's had like 3 arcs. Like she's had her Maggie's Destiny arc, she's had her TV show arc, and she's had her Western arcs. I feel nothing to this girl. This girl needs to stop having arcs. All right, give the opportunity to someone else. Give it to Melody. She kind of had an arc already, but give her another arc. Give Tari an arc. Tari. I thought, hey, they're finally doing something with Tari. But then Maggie's like, move over, Tari. Let me steer this ship now. And Tari became nothing again. They really need to get Tari something. Because I actually really like what they were doing with her, with the Western stuff. But then she just stopped being in the episode and the movie. Yeah, of course, man. I need to give the word out about the stream. I want it to be a success. Is the Genesis arc and Revelation arc a Melanie arc? I guess so. It's not like Melanie was in it that much. Plus, she was like possessed in the Revelations movie. So, I mean, I wouldn't really consider it like an arc per se. I guess it was kind of an arc, but also not really, since half the time she was just possessed and stuff. And also, she didn't like play a big role until the end of the Genesis arc. So, no. Well, I'm glad it was a success. I also donated at the very end of the stream. I donated like, I think $6, but I hope it helps and saves the kids. How did you create Mr. V's voice? Okay. So Mr. V's voice, all I did was find an app on the App Store that was free that had a voice changer, and I used it. Simple as that. It was not really that hard, actually. Yeah, Mr. V's voice is just an app, and that's all that happened with that. Is there an SMG4 video where Mario was not in the video? I don't believe so. Mario always makes like one cameo per SMG4 video, so I don't think there is an SMG4 video where Mario's not in it. It would just be weird if he wasn't. Oh, maybe I think. Let's see, the Swag and Chris, maybe one of the older Swag and Chris episodes Mario wasn't in. I think that's like the only time he was not in an SMG4 video was back if they did like the Chris and Swag videos. But he's pretty much in everything. Will Revenge be more chaotic? Yeah, I would say the action will definitely be improved. Let's see, what else? Yeah. Also, there's something I did introduce in the storyline with this episode is that characters will go into deep thought, and whenever they go into deep thought, the background will completely disappear and stuff, and it will go black. Oh, I love that detail. How's that? I mean, that's nothing really like big or significant or anything. I just thought it was a cool thing to add. Just like with characters going into real deep thought, the background will completely disappear, and sometimes things will appear like their train of thought or what they're thinking right now will show up behind them sometimes if it's not just like a black void and stuff. And that will play that significant little detail will be significant in the future. And also there will be a scene like that in Revenge, but I won't spoil what that's supposed to be. How old is Derek? I don't know, like 27, 25, I don't know. Will Swag and Chris have redesigns? I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Do you like modern or classic SMG4? That's a tough one because I like both. They both, I would say, yes, modern SMG4 has its faults, but it's not like I'm not enjoying it. I mean, they have stories they're telling and stuff. And I mean, sure, it's not as funny as it used to be, but it's still interesting. It's still enjoyable to watch, especially like compared to SML, where you never know if you're going to get a good SML video. Sometimes it's going to be good, sometimes it's going to be bad. Usually it's going to be bad, but you never know with SML. But SMG4, you still at least have a good time. They still make you laugh occasionally. They still have something interesting to pull you in, like with the new grounds and building the new castle. That, in my opinion, looks pretty stupid. They did the whole Western movie, which was great. I can't say the same for SML and old modern SNG4. Yeah, I mean, it has its charm, and I love Mario Spaghetti Ria and all that stuff, and wish videos like that would come back. But I don't know. I like both eras. What's your favorite snack? I don't really eat snacks, to be honest with you. I guess Pringles barbecue chips. Are you excited for Little Nightmare 3? I don't even know what that is. I think someone asked me that earlier. Does Marvin have anger issues? I mean, yeah, but it's not like it's not under it's pretty understandable why he has anger issues. I mean, if I had to live with a 19-year-old that beats the crap out of me, yells, shits his pants, and just causes my life an absolute hell, then I probably would have anger issues too. I mean, to be fair, I probably would get rid of the anger problem by getting rid of the annoyance. But hey, that's just me. I guess I'm the only smart person here. Let's not forget that he's pretty stupid. Favorite employee? Oh, I shouldn't say this because I feel like the other employees will get jealous if I say anything. But I would say, phew, no, they're gonna watch this back. I can't say who I like more. But maybe if I do, they'll start trying to suck up to me. But also they might be mad. So now I should keep my thoughts to myself. What's my favorite thing to react to? I would say Cuphead. I really enjoyed reacting to Cuphead. That was like one of my favorite things to react to. And also Don't Hug Me. I very much enjoyed reacting to Don't Hug Me. Now they're gone, so I don't know. I mean, I guess I like reacting to SML, and to be honest, I do really like reacting to Mario reacts to memes, despite how I always act in that video, acting like it's the end of the world when a new Mario reacts to memes. That's just a thing I'm just like doing now. Like whenever there's a new Mario reacts to memes, Puppet will go crazy. His insanity will get deeper and deeper down into a place that is not safe for people to be around him. But I actually really enjoyed reacting to Mario reacts to memes. I get to do a lot of fun, different things with the puppet, make him blow up, make him get shot with gun. Well, I mean, I can't do that, but I can at least make it seem like that. I don't know. I like kind of like being a part of the meme. I don't know. I feel like this is kind of fun. People love that stuff. Weirdly enough, I think I'm most known for is Mario reacts to memes now. Which is insane to think that that's the thing that people probably know me the most for these days. Um, because my most watched video is my compilation of Mario reacts to memes 1 through 10. That video now has over 200,000 views, which is insane. I never thought a video like that could even get that high up for me, but yeah, wow, people really like my reactions to this series. Um, yeah, I like Fred to Mario reacts to memes. It's fun. The new castle is like a circus tent because SNG4 is called a clown. But is he though? I mean, I don't really hear people call him a clown. That's the thing. I've heard people tell me this like constantly, like, oh, well, people call SNG4 a clown. But I'm like, do they? Since when do people actually call SNG4 a clown? I don't think I've ever heard someone specifically say people call him a clown. Is Peach dead in SNG4? Basically, she's dead. And I still don't know how to feel about that, making her a monster. I don't know. But yeah, I mean the castle was fine, but the thing is, I thought it was going to be a castle. All right, I know I got a lot of backlash from saying I don't like the castle, but hey, I can't help how I feel. It's a giant circus tent. No, it's not just that. It's his head. It's his head, and with four circus tents right next to it. That ain't a castle. That's just not a castle. It's a circus tent. I was promised a castle, not a circus tent. I don't know. It's just weird. I never got the impression that SNG4 was like a circus. I mean, yeah, we had that one circus episode, but I didn't think that would defy what SNG4 is now. It's just jarring. It's very jarring because you don't think castle when you see SNG4's head with two circus tents. Not two circus tents, four circus tents. I'm not good at counting. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm the weird one for thinking that's just. Ugh. It's more that the showgrounds is more like a carnival. Yeah, I get it. I get the showgrounds. It's more like a carnival, but still, it doesn't mean you have to make it a circus tent. But I probably wouldn't be as mad if it wasn't just SMG4's head. I mean, what is that? Now, don't get me wrong. I actually like the inside of the castle. I think the inside is pretty cool. Like I'm chill with that one. The inside I think is perfect. It actually looks like a castle. The inside looks like a castle. I mean, sure, yeah, it looks circusy, but it looks like a castle. The outside don't. I'm just disappointed with that, and I'm sorry if that offends you, but this is just my opinion. I don't hate it per se. I'm not saying I do. I was just expecting an actual castle, and I'm sorry if that's just how I feel. I'll get used to it, just like the SML puppets, but I'm just at odds with it. Hmm. Yeah, the land was used to be an amusement park. I'm aware of that. Yeah. Is V insane? Like, how crazy is he? V is not, as you say, insane. I would say he's probably pretty well level-headed compared to a lot of characters. Actually, I would say V is probably the most sane character in the entire Puppet Review Stuff universe. He's probably the most normal. Well, no, he's not normal, but he's the most sane person, which is also pretty alarming since most of the characters in my world are wacky and crazy. And the fact that there is a legitimately sane villain, that is kind of scary. In a world of wackiness and stuff. Well, SNG3 have a arc. Well, I mean, technically, SNG3 already went through an arc with Genesis. He became an actual good guy. And, I do miss old SNG3. The villain, because, I mean, who doesn't like a good overarching villain that comes back all the time? But I've accepted, like, what's happened to the character. Do you play video games? Sometimes, but I don't have time these days to play video games. I want to play some Splatoon. I might play some Splatoon after this. Because when I was playing on the charity stream, I got really into it. I was actually having fun with Splatoon. It's been a while since I played it, and I've actually been kind of craving playing Splatoon ever since the charity stream. Um, hmm. But these days, I just play like Overwatch. Is V punishment to his minions worse than Von Strucker? Yep. Usually, it is quite worse. Did you see The Simpsons and Disney Plus? Of course. I mean, I don't think anyone could miss The Simpsons being on Disney Plus. It's not really hard to see. Was Maggie less annoying when she was an Inkling? Of course she was less annoying, because you couldn't understand what she was saying, and you couldn't hear her being a nag. Yeah. Plus, she wasn't like a know-it-all back then. All she really cared about was winning Splatfest and, getting stronger and all that stuff and being good at fighting and not really caring about, what she thinks is right and all that stuff. She was much better. But more importantly, you couldn't hear her annoying voice tell people what's right and what's wrong and what she believes in and how people should act. You couldn't understand her. I look hilarious, huh? Oh, thanks. It's a good thing I'm making funny faces right now. I surely do look hilarious. Is V kind of full of himself? I mean, with the power he has every right to be full of himself. Will Karen or Psycho have an arc? No idea. Psycho just had her arc, so probably not. Karen, I don't see that character having an arc. Thoughts on the titles revealed for Hell the Boss? Hmm. Let's see here. I guess they're cool. I don't really have much opinions about it, to be honest with you. Um, I will say this: season 2 so far has kind of been a disappointment. I haven't really liked many of the episodes in season 2, except for episode 1 and 3. And that's it. I'm not saying there are any bad episodes, but I don't know. There's just something with season 2 that's just kind of worse. I don't know. And the one thing I'm a little annoyed with is like the Stolas and Blitz relationship. The fact that they haven't even talked about what happened at Ozzy's is kind of infuriating, especially for a person like me that writes stories and makes stories. Seeing the fact that that whole conversation, their discussion about Ozzy's, was through a text message, really pisses me off. I mean, sure, at least they acknowledged it, but the fact that they didn't acknowledge it until like 4 episodes, until episode 4, and it was through a text message. I mean, it makes sense for Blitz's character since he doesn't like getting into relationships and all that stuff, but still, maybe if you could have shown his reaction to the text from Ozzy's, it may be like episode 2 or something, then I would be fine. But the fact that was the way they ended off the season, that was huge. Their relationship being in a bit of a tussle or whatever. And the fact that they didn't even acknowledge it or even act as if it was something important really pisses me off, because that's how you end the season and you don't even follow up with it, but through a text message and something that's not even like, how do I describe it? They don't even bring attention to the text message at all. Yeah, it's shown on screen, but it's not like something they bring attention to as if it's something important. It's a flash and you'll miss it. And that's ridiculous. Will there be a Cuphead season 4? From what I know, no. And why do you buy a realistic looking gun? Because realistic looking guns are cool, man. I mean, come on, this is America. You think I'm going to use a Nerf gun for the whole series? That was just a placeholder. I'm sorry if it gave you a headache about the new castle, but yeah, that's just how I feel about it. Yeah, I get that they're afraid to talk about it, but bring attention to it. That's my thing. Bring attention to it. They don't have to talk about it yet. They can clearly still be conflicted with each other. But bring attention to the conflict. Show us the text message. Bring again attention to it. You know? Because it's a huge plot point. And they're rubbing it off as if it's nothing. What crime lord sells weapons? One of them. All right, people. I think I'm gonna have to start calling it a day because I am getting tired. Today is supposed to be my day off, and I've not been doing much day off things. All right, so we're gonna start wrapping this stream up. Will we see V in episode 2? No, he's not planned for episode 2. Episode 2 will be pretty underworld based, though. Don't get me wrong, it's a pretty big underworld episode now. But V is not in it. You know, he'll be acknowledged in the episode, but he's not in the episode. Um, let's see. Let's see. Last things. Will V have a larger role in season 3? Yes, V is more of a season 3 villain than a season 2 villain. Season 2 is mainly to introduce the threats. The threat will be a lot more of a threat in the next season. Get off the floor? Okay, fine. I guess I can get off the floor for the ending. It's okay. Yeah. I was having a nice snap down there, you know. I have to come back up. Oh, why is my jacket like this? Mm. All right. So next month we will have one short storyline episode and a special. In October, there will be a short. Well, 2 shorts because the Five Nights at Freddy's video is considered a short. A storyline episode and all that. In November, there will be a special, a short, and storyline. And in December, at least storyline. And for volume 12 of the Puppet Shorts collection, that'll be either out Monday or at some point this week. And I'm not really going to spoil who's going to be in it, like the hosts of this year's. No. Well, excuse me, don't really know where that came from, but I'm not going to spoil who the hosts are. So basically, when the episode come out, no, when the episode comes out, the thumbnail will basically just give you the title. There will be no characters. It'll just be black with the logo. Puppet Shorts Collection Volume 12, and that's it. Of course, they'll show up like later, like maybe a few days, but it's going to be a surprise. I won't say it's important, but this is probably the most significant Puppet Shorts collection that I've made. I'm not saying, again, it's not like important to the plot, but I mean, I guess it kind of is. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. I've never done this before. This is new territory, people. This shorts collection, all I can say is not just like, you know, a bunch of random skits and like segments between each, well, skits. It's very, very much different than that. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but I would tune in. It will be a premiere and a pretty big one. I would say if you don't want to be spoiled by the surprise of who's actually hosting this shorts collection, then I would tune in like when it releases, or at least a couple of days, because, you know, like pretty much 2 days after the episode releases, I will actually put the proper thumbnail. So yeah, this time around there will be no thumbnail except for just the title of the episode, and that will be it because this is a pretty big one. And also the ending. Oh yeah, the ending has some pretty interesting implications. Um, but yeah, this will be a pretty different thing. The C. Ooh, no, that's not volume 12. No, the C one are, well, what you assume the C is will actually be a part of volume 14. That would be volume 14. But yeah, it'll come out this week at some point. It will take probably a lot more editing than I'm used to for these, but I'm excited for you guys to see it. Please watch it, please. I know you guys don't want to see old content, but this is a bit different. This is actually very different. People that like lore will like this one. All right, it has some pretty significant implications. So, why do you have V Corp running hospitals? It makes more sense when you actually learn about V Corp and all that. But of course, I won't get into that. But yeah, is there anything else I want to say? Right. I want to talk about one more thing, and that's the ending scene of How I Met Your Father, and that's like with Farkle's mom and Freckle. That scene originally was not supposed to be in the episode. It was something I thought about on the spot, right when I was finished filming, and I'm like, there's got to be a better way of ending it off than Farkle saying, "All right, it's time to get back to work." I don't know. There has to be something I can leave them off on. And I'm like, ooh, wait a minute. So I quickly filmed the Freckle scene, and oh boy, I really like that scene. Because I really wanted to like recontextualize Farkle's mom. Because in the original, it made it seem like she was a monster, and that's not really what I wanted. And again, Farkle was very edgy back then. And again, I didn't have a plan for the story. And I was like, I don't know if I want like Farkle's mom to be like this monster. Neglective, yes, but a monster, no. So I finally wanted to like show why Freckle still. I mean, yeah, she did all that. I mean, she neglected him. She never really took care of him properly, like at all. But there had to be a reason like why Freckles still cares about like the mother and all that. I mean, she's not a monster. She was just tired all the time and never was like really cared at it's hard to explain, but I really wanted people to see like their side of things. So I made that scene to really like recontextualize Freckles' mother. And Freckle, just a tad bit, also explains why Freckle is always around here. Why Freckle always shows up and why he's just always hanging around us. Because he wants to be there for his son. He promised his wife before she died that he would always be there. So, will Farkle visit his mother's grave? Well, we'll just see. Why don't we ever see Farkle's mom? Because I don't have a puppet for Farkle's mom. It's a bit more complicated than that. You see, there's not really a puppet I could use for Farkle's mom. Yeah, Freckle and other type of monster puppets, but Farkle is a bit unique in that matter, since he is a Fraggle Rock character, which I always hate to admit. He is a Fraggle Rock character that you can't even find anymore. I've been looking because I at least want to have like 2 copies of every single one of my puppets, which I do. I have 2 copies of Muriel. I have a couple of copies of Von Strucker. Sharon, I need to get a couple like one more copy of. But I can't find any more versions of Farkle or anything that could properly like not demonstrate. No. Like resemble Farkle's mother. I couldn't figure it out, like what I wanted her to look like. So I just decided to make it whatever. So that's another reason why you don't see her. because I don't know what she looks like. And you never will, because there is no character or puppet. I would have to specially order a Farkle's mother puppet. That's the only thing I can do. You specially order it. But I don't have like the money to do that. That would cost like hundreds of dollars. But maybe one day we'll see Farkle's mom. But for now, she's resting in peace. I really want the episode to be sad as hell. That's also why. I just wanted people to just like feel terrible by the end and just feel sad and depressed. That was my motivation, really. Which it worked. People were showing the sad emoji and stuff. So it was effective, which is great. Imagine if SML have a villain council like you have in the storyline. Yeah, that would be cool. As we all know, Logan does not care for his villains. I mean, at all. Or really has villains. I mean, the only character that's truly a villain is like Super D. Or like Nancy, and she's dead. Well, I shouldn't say she's dead. I mean, for all we know, she'll come back like William Afton. I mean, he specifically said he shot her in the head. And we already know that she really can't be shot in the head, so yeah, I don't think she's dead. Yeah, I don't think she's dead. Do you think V's a robot? Okay, you think that, buddy. You think that. Yeah, I mean, he was kind of devastated about his mother and stuff, but also it's just like he's just all that like bottled up emotions about how he feels about his mother just came out all at once and just really got him at the end. He was just emotionally distraught and didn't know how to feel or act in that moment. When did you first come up with V? Well, I was thinking to myself, Von Strucker is kind of boring alone. I should give him like a boss, which I mean he's not his boss, but it's in the hierarchy of the underworld. He's higher than him. So I'm like, I want something. I want a foul. Basically, when I come up with ideas, I basically steal it from other TV shows and all that stuff. When I see something in a show, I'm like, that's cool. I want to copy that and make it my own. So basically, it's based off of Foul from DuckTales. I'm like, I want a secret villain organization in my world that does stuff in the shadows and hurts people. I want that. So I'm like, I gotta come up with something. Guy in hood and other people. There we go. The council. Boom. Yeah. That's it. That's how I came up with it. Basically, I like ripping off of things and making it better and forming it into my own thing. Will Farkle break down crying in a remake? Uh, no. That's probably the only time he's gonna actually cry. When did you first come up with Blue Guy? Um, I didn't really come up with Blue Guy. Blue Guy just kind of happened. Like this, I don't know. I was out of ideas for a skit, and I'm like, hey, since the stick got taken, I I could bring him back and make him want his stick back. I had back in those days. I was pretty sure it was like the summer, and I had work, and I didn't have time to come up with skits. I had to make them quick. So I'm like, yeah, let's bring the blue guy back. And then I kept bringing him back because I couldn't think of any other skit. And then he became a villain. Again, if you guys stop asking me about blue guy, I don't know myself. When any of the characters cry in the storyline, is there going to be a crying moment? The only crying moment was basically in episode one. I can't think of any other scene or thing that would cause a character to cry. Uh, cry. Uh, no, I can't think. Well, I mean, probably. Maybe near like the finale. Will we eventually get V's backstory? Oh, yes. Eventually, you will. Oh, man, V's backstory is crazy. It's the most depressing thing you will ever hear. It is sad as shit. I love it. It's also why V is like my favorite thing. I cannot wait for episode 10. That's when my boy finally truly debuts. But, yeah, that's not going to be for a while. For now, we can only have little cameos. Will V kill anybody? Yeah, eventually. Yeah, V's not like a character that's not about not killing. Of course, eventually. But if he does kill someone, he's gonna kill them in like the coolest way possible. Because that's also another thing about Mr. V. I want him to be cool. That's also a big part of his character. Being cool. He is a cool character. So when he does something, it's going to be cool. He has a cool voice. He has a cool look. He is the coolest looking character I have. I love the guy. Will be sadder than Farkle. I don't know. Is Farkle still grieving? Not really. I think he's fine. I think he's accepted it. Oh, wait a minute. I see a comment saying throw Farkle. Well, I don't. Well, okay. You twisted my non-existent leg. Hey, Farkle. Huh? What do you want? Get over here. Hey, why are you getting so close to me? Hey, let me go. Hey, stop it. Stop it. He's not moving. Oh, well. Oh, that was fun. Ooh, really gave me a workout. Yeah, my throwing arm is still good. Yeah, it's great. I can throw a man and fling him across a room. It's great. Is episode 10 a Mr. Monkey focused? No, but he does have a significant role in episode 10, which is the first for a storyline episode. Mr. Monkey doesn't really have much of a presence within the storyline, but episode 10, because there is the pet shark and all that, he will play a role in it because he's going to get jealous of the baby shark and all that stuff. And they'll get into tissies and all that. Do you have a puppet for Taylor? Yes, I do. And I also have a voice actress for Taylor. What video or episode you reacted to changed your opinion? What does that mean? What I don't really get that question. What video or episode reacted to changed your opinion about like a series or something? I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know how to answer that question, bud. Oh yeah, Mr. Monkey will have a role in the storyline. Yeah, quite a role. And something you hated at first, but then loved after a second watch. Oh, okay. After a second watch. I would say maybe the original Jeffy Ball Z. That's one, I guess. My opinions change. I guess I don't like Jeffy's 18th birthday as much as I thought I did. That's also one. That's all I can think. Honestly, Jeffy's 18th birthday. I think the reason I think my opinion of it just has fallen a bit is because it does have like a lot of filler, but also I knew what the original movie was supposed to be, and it's nothing like that. And that's a big thing. Like it's nothing like the original concept for the movie, which actually involved pretty much the whole cast of characters, and this barely featured a slight few. Makes sense because the original concept was so much better, and I really wish we had something special for Jeffy's 19th birthday. Like, I really do wish it was something unique and different. Like, someone came up with a pretty good idea for like what the movie could have been. It could have been like maybe Nancy's brother or something coming after Jeffy for the money and kidnaps Jeffy, which I mean, yeah, it's the same, but also not the same. It's not like going to be in a van or something, maybe like in a basement. And then Mario has to convince Jeffy's real father to save his son and all that stuff and give them the money so they can rescue Jeffy. But then maybe if that doesn't work, then they have to get a crew together. Maybe the whole SNL cast, like Goodman, Brooklyn guy, Chef Pee, all of them. Somehow Mario convinces them to help save Jeffy for some reason. They all get together and stuff and fight the bad guy who also has like a crew or something. And then boom, bang, 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 they defeat the bad guy or whatever. But also, I guess maybe Jeffy's actual father could have been convinced or whatever and stuff. But again, this is not my idea. This is from someone else. That would have been a much better movie. Is V connected to any of the main characters? No, and I wouldn't reveal that if it was true. Does V see everyone as pathetic puppets? Kind of. All right. I think that's enough. I talked about what I wanted to. Well, to be fair, I didn't talk that much about the storyline, but I had myself a pretty fun stream. I'm tired. It's almost 8 o'clock. I gotta get some food. I gotta rest. I gotta watch some movies. I might watch some Jason Bourne or something, or one of the new anime films I bought recently. I've been back into collecting DVDs again. It's been fun. But yeah, look forward to the next episodes and stuff. It's gonna be great. Hopefully. And I cannot wait to see your guys' reactions and theories. I'm looking forward to all that. So, thank you all so much for coming out to the stream. It means a lot. I'm tired. My arm's gonna give out pretty soon. And yeah, this is it. Look forward to the next short collection coming out this week. It's important. You better watch it. I swear to God, watch it. Watch it. And let's see. And we got some reactions coming in. Spring Traps, that Scooby Doo fan animation. Hell of a Boss, Murder Drones, Fiona and Cake. Yep, all that's coming out this week. So look forward to some good stuff. And I will see all of you later. Yeah, later. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.